Now, part 2. So we said that this year is going to be a very turbulent one. We've already seen it. Everyone's feeling it inside and outside. What do we do when we see these turbulent things ahead? What's happening in some countries? People are protesting. People are fighting with each other. They're getting stuck in the Maya. They're getting stuck in the Maya, and they will find it very hard to extricate themselves. Someone asked me the other day, Doc, there was this solar eclipse in several countries, right? That total solar eclipse, and all these people who watched it and all these things. Fine. What does that mean? What's the significance of this? I'll tell you exactly what. You want to know what it means? It means nothing. It means nothing. You are the self, capital S, beyond time, beyond space, beyond events, beyond past, present, and future. Even the present is useless, yaar. No, there's nothing. It's just the self, and that's all. There is no eclipse. There is no wars. There is no battles. There is no environment crumbling. It is just the self. What so many of you are doing is you're wasting time looking at the outer world. But there's nothing in the outer world. Stop it. Okay? Otherwise, you're getting stuck in the Maya. It's like you want to be the lotus, but instead you're getting knee deep in the waist deep in the mud around the lotus. And it's not regular mud. This is stinky mud. Okay? This is what many of you are doing. Just stop it. Stop wasting time with the external world. Now, where it has, because we live in a Maya world, play Maya to Maya, sure. So if you know, for example, that, I don't know, it's going to rain tomorrow, let's say, then carry a raincoat or carry an umbrella. Sure, no problem. Play Maya to Maya, right? No one's saying don't be prepared for this. If you know that here in India, there's going to be elections in the state where we live, okay, fine, then go and vote, right? So play Maya to Maya. But what's happening is you're jumping into the mud. You're not just getting into the mud. You're going like how those kids jump into swimming pools. You're doing like that. And then you get stuck in the mud like a pig in a pigsty. And then you wonder why everything sucks so bad. Right. And I see this over and over again. Just stop it. Nothing is happening outside of you. There is no outside of you. There is only the self. And this is what you have to remember all the time. There's only the self. When I see other people, guess what I see? I see me. I don't see you and you and you and you and you. I see me. There's no separation. There's no difference. When I'm watching IPL, because I love sports, I learned from Swami that whenever, when we used to give pamphlets or conference brochures to Swami when I was working in the hospital, and I would watch Swami, on the back we would always have a photo of all the delegates from the previous year's conference. And I'd always see that Swami, when he would always turn to that back and he would look at the photo, and then he would look at every person in the photo like this. I could just see his eyes going at every person in all the delegates. And I could just see his love coming from there. So when I'm watching IPL, Shivani and I watch, when our son was there, we watch, just giving love to all of those people, regardless of who wins, who loses. We cheer, we shout, all that stuff. Fine, we have a good time. But we're just giving love to all the people in the stadium, all the players, all the commenters, everyone. We're just giving love. This is real sadhana, This is true. You're doing your everyday activities, but you're being God. You're being love. But we're not getting involved in the Maya. Next day, if our favorite team loses, we don't cry. We're okay. If our favorite team wins, we don't exult. Well, we might jump up and down for a little bit, but then we're okay after that. Don't get involved in the Maya of the world. Don't get involved in the mud. Okay? Any questions on this? Because I can see some of you are like going, but why not? There's this important, that's important. Let me hear your doubts. Finances, right? So financially, you have to take care of yourself, right? You have to take care of your family. You have a responsibility. You have to earn money, you have to save money. You have to pay all your bills, and then you're finding that, man, Bangalore is really expensive, right? But that's the Maya game. Then you need to see, why do I have this poverty of not have this mindset, this belief of not having enough, right? You are God's son and daughters. All the wealth of God belongs to you. Correct? No? So then why are you living in poverty then? See? This, you have to change your mindset. It's not positive thinking. That's not it. It's changing your beliefs. The external world is really just a mirror of what is inside. That's all. It's just a mirror. This whole creation is just a mirror of what is inside of you. But don't get involved in the Maya. Okay? Other doubts on this? Not getting in the mud? The death of a loved one. Right? Who died? On the physical plane, you do your work, your duty, right? You have to console your family members. There will be grief because of the body is no longer there. It's okay. It's okay. But inside, remember that for you and for anyone else, there is no birth or death. Right? Birth and death are illusion. Past lives, future lives, it's all an illusion. It's only the self, and that's all that exists. There's nothing else. You were never born, you will never die. You're not this body, and neither any of these. This is all you. All these people that come in and out of your life, it's all you. It's not somebody separate from you. Okay? Other challenges, the mud. You have to be like the lotus, but you're becoming stuck in the mud, and it's stinky mud. Let's see. It's okay, I can tell. Not able to finish things. Yes? Not able to finish things. Mind is going chewing, 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 like this, like this, like this. Right? Too many thoughts. Too many things. And then you wonder why you're not getting ahead. Yes? Have just 2 or 3 things that you care about deeply, and do that. Don't put too many things on your plate. Just do a few things and do them well. The rest you just enjoy, but don't get too much involved in them. Yeah? Don't get too busy. Yeah? Okay? Others? Not letting go of the hurt from the past. Yes? Still that hurt is there. Yes? And it shows up on your health. So let go of that hurt. See, all these things, and I'm not going to reveal personal things. That's not the point here. The point is to show how the mud is not just the things that are happening in the newspaper or the news. Okay? We know there's wars in certain parts of the world. It's all terrible. And we pray for those people. We want them to be happy. We want them to live in peace because they are us. We are them. There is no separation. There's no distinction between them. It's all the same. We understand that. But the mud is much more than just the events and the world news. It's these things also. It's family, it's finance, it's life and death, it's doing too much or not being able to focus. This is the mud. Yes? Don't get involved in it. This is holding you back. Okay? Questions on this? On this mud? You know, when women express lust, and I'm not talking about sexual lust like guys have. Guys' lust is stupid. And guys' lust is because they lose that connection with the divine feminine. They lose that connection with the divine mother's love. And then they fall into lust. But when women fall into that, and I'm not talking about sexual lust, they fall into relationships that are not good for them and they don't get out. Yeah. This is what happens. And it happens because, not because you're attached to this person, the root cause is because you've lost that connection with the love of the Divine Mother. That's why. Yeah. It's true, no? Yes, it's true. Yes. So this is the mud. So yeah, there's the newspaper mud. There's the world news mud that you see on the news channel. And don't get involved in that. But then this mud is much deeper and it's much stickier and it's far stinkier also. It really stinks. So the second lesson, don't get involved in the mud. Look carefully, what mud are you getting involved in and how do you extricate yourself and wash it off. Just be in the self.